I am one of the new people here at Redeemer, and I can say that the congregation has grown tremendously, even in my year that I've been here. But one of the most important things is feeling God's love and presence here. I know from the first day I walked in here, I was able to just take a deep sigh, a breath of freshness, and feel God's presence. And as I look around and I see people here talking to one another, hugging one another, holding hands and praying with each other, God's presence is just flourishing here at Redeemer.
Here at Redeemer Cannonsburg, in the last year, we've seen a lot of new families, which is exciting, but also a lot of new people being involved in the service as well, and joining in worship in that way. Also, a lot more community outreach with our diaper pantry, Trail Life, and American Heritage Girls Troops has been very exciting to see the people that our congregation is reaching out to in the community.
I would say we see God at work in all good things here at Redeemer, and I specifically am experiencing God's goodness in those little moments that you have with someone after church when you have that opportunity to say, can we just pray about this really quickly? And the Spirit is just coming in and giving the words and allowing us to care for each other as He cares for us together.
And I got to tell you, there's a lot of good things happening around our church, and I am certain that God's hand is guiding all of it. You know, a few examples. We see new families and new people, what seems like every single week. We see more and more people getting involved. And as they get involved and as we see new people, we're hearing more and more of their story and how God has led them here. That's incredibly exciting.
But it's been such a joy when I feel like things aren't going the way I want, to see things happening, to see how God is stepping in and providing.
So I've been really fortunate to lead Vacation Bible School the last 2 years. And this year I felt like we were being called to continue to minister to our, what I would call tweens, our rising middle school group. And, at first it was maybe we had, 7 or so that we could count within our own congregation. But when we opened it up to the community, we actually had double that amount pretty much that would come to our middle school group. And to me, it just showed that God is working through this community and calling the children to Him. And so we were just really fortunate. And I think as a result of that, it has really led us to then, hire another pastor to really minister to this group of our rising kids. And I'm just really excited to see what God has planned for our youth.
What has the Lord been doing here at Redeemer? You've heard some of our folks talk about the positive things that have been happening. But if I could narrow it down to one thing, I would say this, that when the grace of God is preached, when the gospel is given preeminence, that grace and that message begins to change people's lives. I've heard multiple people say when they come to church here, they feel like they're at peace. We see community being formed. We see people genuinely caring for one another and praying for one another. And this is because the grace of God is something we hold forth as preeminent. It changes lives. It transforms churches. It builds community. We are extremely excited to be along for this ride, and we are eager to see where the Lord is going to take us in the future.